Alright everybody, so I'm way behind on letting y'all know about my Stranger Things journey. I still haven't finished it. I only have episode 7 left, but like I told y'all, we're watching as a group, and that's why it's been so slow. One of the people that we've been watching with is in a different country right now, so we're waiting on him to get back to watch the finale. But I watched episode 5 before I even left for camp, so episode 5 is definitely, I don't remember too much about it, but I'm gonna at least catch up to where I think I am. On, let's say, the California side, you got Will, Mike, Jonathan, and the new guy whose name I can't remember. They had the big shootout thing, the guy died, they had to bury him. They found out that the pen had a number in it, which was like a number that they called and they figured out it's a computer. So they're like, oh, we need a hacker. So then they thought of Susie, is that her name, Susie? And they went to her house. It was hilarious. It's like the Loud House in there from Nickelodeon. There's kids everywhere, super strict family. I thought it was really funny that she even like brought up that her dad got mad because Dustin's an agnostic. I thought that was a funny little detail. And that the older sister's name is Eden, like the Garden of Eden. And then just seeing like Susie's realm was funny, like where she comes from. I really enjoyed that. It's a neat way to like keep her in the show somehow. It's like, oh yeah, we introduced her, but like she lives far away, but it's like, well, what if we took them to her? It's interesting. Like it. The Hopper side of things is that they were being groomed and fed to be fattened up to fight the Demogorgon. This is the last thing I remember anyways. Him and Enzo. And then during their last supper, he kind of tells them that he's fought one before, and he causes a fight with Enzo, so then they get dragged out. So their fight with the Demogorgon gets postponed. But Hopper stole a lighter and some alcohol, so he's like, it's afraid of fire. So I'm guessing he's gonna pull that out at some point. Joyce and Murray, episode 5, I think, was the one with the big airplane battle, which was awesome. I thought that was really cool. But in the new one, I don't really remember a whole lot about them other than they had Yuri strapped to a tree, and they told him that they were gonna go in and they were gonna do something, go back to the prison, and Murray was gonna be Yuri and Yuri was going to play Murray. And Murray's like, don't worry, it's a silent role. The stuff in Hawkins is by far the best part of the whole show to me. It's my favorite side. It's where, you know, you have like all the kids, Steve, Robin, and Nancy, all of them. And episode 5 was the one where it ended with Eddie rowing the boat and the other kid got, because they were chasing him swimming. That was intense. And when it happened, I was like, yes, now Jason will know that it's not Eddie. But episode 6 comes around and he's like, oh, it's Satan, and he's using Eddie as a vessel because of the cult. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's like this poor Eddie guy. So they're still after him, and they go to this place called like Lover's Rock or like the Kissing Rock or something. I don't remember what it was, because they're trying to find a portal to the Upside Down, because they're like, oh, we're gonna go kick Vecna's butt, I guess is what they're thinking. And ends up being out there on the lake. So they leave the kids on shore, and Steve and Eddie and Robin and Nancy row out there to where the compass starts spiraling and everything. So Steve goes down to check out, see if he can find the opening. Gets pulled in by something. It's like, no. He gets pulled in. Nancy jumps in, Robin jumps in. Eddie finally decides to jump in after him. And then the next thing we know is Steve's in the Upside Down. He's like looking around. It looks very scary, very like, remind me like some of like the imagery reminded me of like the Multiverse Madness, kind of like Sam Raimi-esque. But like, then Steve starts getting attacked by like these flying leech things, biting him and like sucking him, and that's where it ends. So here I've been for like a week now, just kind of like, the way they ended it made it seem like, oh, he's dead. But you know that Nancy and Robin and Eddie are right behind him, right? It's like, they end it like that. I'm thinking like it's gonna start with them like saving him. I hope that's what happens, because if Steve dies, I'm gonna be very, very sad. He's like one of my favorite characters. So I don't remember what happened to the kids. I remember like the cops were looking for him or something, but I don't really remember. So I was sitting here editing and I realized I forgot to talk about the L stuff. So 11 is obviously in this simulation thing where she's like reliving her memories, and it's very intense. Very, very intense. We have, like, she's learning to use her powers and she's getting flashbacks. She found out that she killed people, and it's getting really intense. And we've already seen her use her powers again, so she's always getting her powers back. But there's still something very sketchy going on. I think it has everything to do with the guy, the little instructor guy that's in there. I don't know if they've said his name, the blonde guy who's like, glad you joined us this morning, however. And I feel like in season 6, you saw him getting like dragged away and like screaming. Y'all see that? So that is my Stranger Things episode 5 and 6 thoughts. I'm beyond excited for episode 7. As I've said before, I know it's not going to be a satisfying ending because I know it's not the end of the season. It's just the volume. So, but this way, by the time we get to watch it, we won't have to. We'll barely have to wait for the second volume. So, in one way, it kind of works out. No spoilers for episode 7. If you want to talk about any of the other episodes below, we can talk about it. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.